Hey guys, it's Story. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you hear a lot of noise, you are by the window of my bedroom, and we live kind of by a highway. It's a couple streets down, so sorry about that. But I was just doing my makeup. As you can see, I'm pretty barefaced. I actually have already done my eyeshadow, which I'll show you here in a second what I used because I really like how it turned out. Usually for work, I do my makeup like 80% of the way. I don't like really go all out for my makeup, but it's Saturday today, and in a couple hours I'm gonna go see some friends. We're going to wear our ugly Christmas sweaters, go do some fun things around town, around Nashville. So decided to actually do my makeup today. I decided to vlog at the last minute because, you know what, I'm gonna continue to do my makeup while I'm explaining this because I don't have all the time in the world to do my makeup right now, so I'm gonna do that. And if you care what I use, I guess I'll show you. I guess I can link in a card above my books and makeup video. I did it might have been like a year ago now that I've done it, so if you want to see an updated one, let me know and I'll do that. Anyways, for this video I decided to vlog last minute a end of the year type of reading vlog. So I never do true reading vlogs anymore. They usually have something behind them if I am doing a reading vlog. Like I just did a reading vlog for Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's kind of an example. I used to do really fun like secret reading vlogs, which I kind of am doing one right now that I won't talk about, but I thought it'd be fun to see the books that I pick up at the end of the year to try to meet my Goodreads goal. So as most of you know, I've said 1,000 times, I have been in a huge reading slump this year. I was in one last year as well, but I ended up hitting my reading goal. I might have hit it by a couple more. So my reading goal is really, really small. I usually set it for 20 books, which is not a lot. Truly, I can probably read like 25 in a year, but I set it to be 5 less so that I have a better chance of meeting it, which a lot of people do. But since I've been in a reading slump, I've literally gone like a month or maybe even 2 months without reading. And so I'm really behind. Right now at this point, I'm at 18 out of 20, which doesn't seem very behind, but just a couple weeks ago, I was at 15 out of 20, so I'm doing really good right now. And then you can see kind of what the last few books I pick up to meet my reading goal is. It's actually so hard to talk while doing your makeup. I don't know how these beauty people on YouTube do it. By the way, I'm still in my robe because I took a shower a little bit ago and I have to put on a Christmas sweater that is thick and hot, so I'm gonna put that on right before I leave. I'm currently in the middle of another audiobook. I have been listening to this audiobook for quite a while, but I don't know if you can see that, but it's called Sacred Powers by David J. I, however you're supposed to say that. His name is like, his first and last name are combined for some reason, so it's kind of tripping me up, but it is a 10.5 hour long audiobook and I only have 2 hours and 45 minutes left, so I could probably finish that one within the next couple days if I wanted to. I just haven't listened to it literally all week. That is the point that I stopped at last week, but I've been listening to it like literally all month. It's not that great. It's basically a guide to meditation, and it explains different things like your chakras and like philosophical things with life and stuff, and that's why I picked it up for the philosophical side. But it's definitely a book you should listen to while you're trying to learn meditation. It's not like a book you just listen to for fun, I guess. So haven't really been enjoying it, but yeah, I'll finish that at some point, and that'll be my 19th book. So I just need to pick up my 20th book, and I'm going to pick up a physical book for that one. So I just need to decide on which book I'm going to pick up. I just watched The Hating Game, the new movie, not that long ago. I'll link that down below as well because I did a little mini review talking about the book versus the movie. I really enjoyed the movie, but I've been wanting to reread it for so long, and so I think I just need to pick it up to satisfy that craving I've had for the past couple years to pick it up, and then maybe watch the movie again. So that's an option. Or I think I might pick up Lester. I can't remember the author's name, but it's a really short, quick book, and it is December 19th, by the way, or 18th. It's December 18th. Don't know if I already told you that. So we only have 13 days left. I am traveling for Christmas. I travel on Thursday. Today's Saturday. I need to try to get a lot of a physical book done before then, so it definitely needs to be a short book if I'm going to do that, because I can finish this audiobook at any time. So I'm kind of stressed out now because I was giving myself some leniency because I was like, oh, I only have 2 books left, I'll just read 2 audiobooks. But now I kind of want to pick up a physical book, so maybe I'll end up at 21. Maybe I'll start a second audiobook, read a physical book, and then finish them by the end of the year. That's my hopes, but I will let you know what I'm reading once I figure it out.
Is that your baby?
Hello again. So I tried to film last night to give you a quick little wrap up because I finished the audiobook I was listening to last night, but the camera died, so I'm back again. It's my lunchtime right now. The audiobook I'm talking about is this one. If you can see it, it's called Sacred Powers by David G. Finished that one last night. I have to say it's probably realistically like a 2.5 out of 5 stars, but I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads just because it's kind of hard to rate since it's a book intended for meditation. Like, it dives into some things that are outside of meditation, like chakras and stuff like that, but I wasn't really reading it for what it was intended for. I'm not like a big meditation person, so definitely wouldn't recommend it as just like a general audiobook. If you want to get into meditation, then I definitely would recommend it. It was interesting at some parts, but yeah, just an average read, I guess. It's just kind of hard to rate in that sense, but I went ahead and picked up my next books. Well, I was gonna film here, but now my dog has taken over. So I picked this book up yesterday. It's called Luster by Raven Lalani. I have talked about this quite a few times on my channel now, just talking about how I want to read it, but I haven't started it yet until yesterday. I just read the first chapter and I'm really enjoying it. I know it's only the first chapter, but the writing style is so unique, and I just kind of laughed to myself 2 or 3 times yesterday when I was reading the first chapter. It's just like, I don't know, this very unique writing style that I really like, and it's one of those books that will talk a lot about companies that we know of and pop culture references and stuff like that. Okay. And pop culture references, and I really enjoy reading books like that every now and then, because usually you want books to kind of like take you out of your everyday, but it is interesting when books are making like jokes about these companies that you know and love. So anyways, this book is about a girl who just recently graduated college. I think she's been out for like a year. She has her first job and she starts talking to and dating an older man. Can't figure out if they're at the same company yet. I think they're at different companies, but they met online, and he is in an open marriage, but she's super into him. She's trying to swoon him, but she doesn't really know like how to go about it. She's not very good with guys in general, and this guy is in a situation with the open marriage. So yeah, definitely interesting, different. The writing is just like super unique and original. So enjoyed the first chapter of that. And then I've also picked up Read This If by Thought Catalog. If you've never heard of Thought Catalog before, they're amazing. It's basically, they have like a collection of writers who then write their own collections, but then they'll do certain essays like this where they get all of their writers together. So my favorite writer, Brianna Weiss. I always want to say Brianna Weiss, but I don't know. I think it's Brianna Weiss. She's actually not in this one, but there is a good one, Heidi Priebe, that I really like. So basically, it's one of those books where if it applies to you, you read it. That's why it's called Read This If. So I just mark out the ones I've read, and then I put stars by the ones I like so I can go back to them. But I actually realized that a lot of these don't apply to me. Like, I'm not going to be able to read them now or really read them ever. So by reading this, I am like, I'm not cheating. Like, there's no really cheating when it comes to reading, just so you know. If anyone ever tells you something doesn't count, like an audiobook or something like that, or something that's not your age range, like, who cares, it's reading. I feel like it won't count though, because I started reading this literally a few years back, and just like slowly over time we'll read the essays. So if I do finish it, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like to get that number, I guess. So I'll probably keep reading this. It's really short. I've wanted to read it for a long time because it's so short. So yeah, that's what I have right now. I'll probably just finish this if I don't meet my number, but now I'm at 19. Sacred Powers was number 19, so I only need one more. I have a feeling I'm gonna reach 20 and go beyond it, to be honest, because I'm gonna pick up an audiobook, but I have a couple choices I can go over. As a lot of you know, I love Sarah Addison Allen. I recommend her all the time. But SCRIBD has a First Frost on there, so that is based in winter. Most of her books are not based in winter, or at least I don't think they are. So, oh no, it says autumn has finally arrived. I'm pretty sure this is the same people in town as Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen, if you know what that is. That's the book I recommend all the time. I love Garden Spells. But I also was looking at The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I've wanted to read this for forever, but it is 12 and a half hours, so probably won't go with that one. A book club podcast I follow every now and then is reading that right now, so I will end up reading that eventually. But I'm also looking at The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. I've wanted to read this for forever too. I'm super into magical realism now, so both of these audiobooks are magical realism, so I'll be happy either way, but they're both 8 hours, so I'm gonna end up choosing one of those and starting that. And I have a feeling that will probably be my 20th book, just because today is Monday. I will be getting on a flight on Thursday, and then I will be in Florida for most of Christmas, and then couple days after Christmas I'll be in Indiana, so I'm doing a lot of traveling, and that means I'll be listening to audiobooks, but I probably won't be picking up physical books, so I have a feeling my last book will probably be one of those audiobooks, so I'll let you know which one I choose and how it's going with my next update. Hi friends, it's been a while since I've updated you with my reading. It is now December 27th. You can see that. I think last time I updated you, I was talking about what audiobooks I was thinking about choosing. I did choose an audiobook. I chose First Frost by Sarah Addison Allen. Plot twist, this is the sequel to Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen, which of course was one of my favorite books last year. This will be my third Sarah Addison Allen book. The last one I listened to was a completely different book, well, it wasn't a series, but it just wasn't within the same series, so I did not know. I think at one point I knew this was the sequel, but I just completely forgot. I'm on chapter 9 of 17. I only have 3 hours left, so we listened to it on the way back from Florida where we went for the holidays. I'm really sick right now if you can't tell, so I just put on makeup for the first time in a few days so that I don't look as sick, but I feel like I look pretty sick because I'm pretty pale. But anyways, I plan on listening to more. I am feeling a little nervous because it's the 27th, so I only have like 4 or 5 more days to complete it, but if I do stuff around the house, like yesterday I was putting away our Christmas presents and I was doing laundry and stuff like that, so I listened to some of it. There's only 3 hours left, so I definitely I can finish that in an hour and a half just with double speed, so I should be good for it. I've not read anything more physically, I just haven't felt like it. Yesterday, the 26th, I actually did feel like reading a bit, and I thought about it and I was like, maybe I'll just go, do some stuff around the house so I can finish my audiobook, because I feel like that is going to be my 20th book. So I'm kind of keeping myself from reading physically right now so that I can finish this book. I'm actually about to go to the Barnes & Noble sale. There's a 50% off hardcover sale for Barnes & Noble. I was going to do it online, but they only have select hardcovers online. So I'm going to go into the store and grab specific books that I've wanted to get for a long time that I do want the hardcover for. 50% off means it's probably going to be like $10 each. So I think I'm going to give myself a max of 3 books. I know most people are going in for like 10 books. I have a lot of books I'm trying to get rid of. That's why I'm doing giveaways. Those are giveaway books I bought specifically for giveaways, but I've been doing unhauls, stuff like that. So I'm trying not to get too many, but these are, like sequels I've wanted to read for a while since the book has came out and stuff like that. So I'll let you know which books I get, but I'm so excited to do that. All right, so it's December 30th now, and I have not done very well, I'm gonna be honest. All I have to do is finish this audiobook, and normally I would have it finished by now because I would be listening to it to and from work and at work, but I have been working from home this week, so I haven't really been listening to the audiobook. I guess I could have listened to it while working from home, but I don't know, I just didn't think about it. I had so much to do. What? So this says I have 2 hours left, so I am so close. It looks like I'm like either 60 or 70% through it. I'm on chapter 11 out of 17. So I can definitely finish this in time if I actually dedicate the time to it. Yeah, I definitely just need to get back into it. I literally only have today and tomorrow to finish it. So I don't really know what to do. I'm going to dinner in about an hour, so I guess I'm gonna try to do something around the house while listening to it. I just got off of work early, so that's my plan right now. I realized I never showed you the book that I got the other day. I only got one book. Let me go grab it real quick. So this is the book I got. I got the sequel to Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. It's called When Night Breaks, and look how freaking stunning this book is. Oh my god. I literally thought the second book couldn't get as stunning as the first one, and this just like, I love blue. Blue is my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. Like this blue too, like, ugh, it's so freaking pretty. And these are the end pages. And then this is what, oh gosh, that's super reflective. The naked book looks like. If you can see that, it's a broken mirror and it's metallic. I actually started this book. I only read the first 2 chapters the night I got it, but they were very important chapters. I want to know what happened because the first book ends on a cliffhanger, so I just want to know what happened immediately. But I do plan on reading this from now on. It is big. I did not expect this book to be this big. Obviously, I'm not going to finish it in 2 days, so this will be my first read of 2022, it looks like. I did not expect to pick this up, but I am in a fantasy mood and I don't want to really start a new fantasy. So at this point I would either read this or Crooked Kingdom. I really do want to read Crooked Kingdom, but the last time I picked it up, I was not in a fantasy mood and I couldn't get into it. But I read like the first 10 chapters, probably like the first 8 chapters. So I was trying to decide, well, do I want to start at chapter 8 or do I want to start all over again? And then I saw this at the Barnes & Noble sale. I think the reason it was there was because a lot of people haven't read the first book yet, which the first book's really good. I hope the sale gets people to pick up the first book because there wasn't any first books there. But I don't know about y'all. My Barnes & Noble had 1 million people and like 0 hardcovers. I got there on the last day though, so that's my fault. I wanted to go earlier, but I wasn't able to. I just didn't have enough time. So yeah, I drove 20 minutes to the Barnes & Noble that's closest to me because I used to live by a Barnes & Noble, but now I don't anymore. Super excited to start reading this. Definitely put me back in that world, and since Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber was such a disappointment, I'm really wanting that like magical, whimsical magician type of world, which this is very similar to Caraval. I wouldn't say it's an exact matchup, but it does have that same mood, theme, aesthetic. Really lyrical writing. The writing is like so fluffy and lyrical that I wasn't even really learning much, but it's just so nice to be back into it. So yeah, definitely excited. But now I need to finish this audiobook. I only have 2 hours left. I'm gonna read it on double speed, so that means I should only have an hour left. I think I can get at least 30 minutes in today, hopefully 30 minutes in tomorrow, but I will let you know. Excuse my crazy hair. I was just about to curl it. I was listening to the last couple chapters of my audiobook and I finished it. That means I completed 20 books. I hit the mark. It is the last day of 2021. It is New Year's Eve. It's the 31st. And I completed my 20th book. I can't believe I hit my Goodreads goal. This is honestly really shocking because I have had the worst reading year. I had a really bad reading year in 2020, but this was pretty bad. I went like 2 or 3 months without reading at one point. Like this was a really, really bad reading slump. I'm just not one of those people that can read back to back, or if I do read back to back, it's for a couple months and then I take a break. And there's all different types of readers out there, so that's a-okay. I finished it. I finished First Frost by Sarah Addison Allen. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. I'm thinking 4 stars. Usually I love her books, but this sequel definitely wasn't as satisfactory as the original book, the first book. It was much quicker too, I feel like. I feel like we didn't really get to spend enough time with the characters, and I'm wondering if there's a third book because it just kind of ended like, not really on a cliffhanger, but there's definitely something surprising at the end, and then it just stops. So it didn't really seem like it was like a satisfactory completion to the series, so I'm wondering if there's a third book. Typically if I can't decide between 4 and 5, I just do a 4.5, but Goodreads I have to do one or the other anyway, so I think I'm just gonna stick with 4 stars. I liked The Girl Who Drank the Moon. No, that's not what it's called. The Girl Who Chased the Moon. is the other Sarah Addison Allen book I read this year, and I loved that book. That was truly 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with 4 stars, but I'm so happy I hit my Goodreads goal. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I'm very proud of myself that I pushed to do this as well. Yesterday, I realized I had at least 30-40% of the book left, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to finish it because I have so much I'm doing today, and I did some stuff yesterday as well. So it's the weekend, so it's just like weird timing. But yeah, I finished my Goodreads goal. I read 20 books this year. I know it's not a lot. If you haven't seen my worst books of 2021 video, I will have it in a card above here, linked down below. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm also going to be filming my best books of the year video, so I will link that as well. Really excited to talk about that because the books I read this year that I loved, I really loved. So I read some really good books this year, even though I don't read a lot. And I would love to share those with you. So please go watch those end of the year videos. I'm going to also do the tier ranking all the series I watched in 2021, all the TV shows, because my channel is partly about streaming, and I have done this. I can't remember if this is the 2nd or 3rd year, but I do that video every year with my boyfriend because he watches the TV shows with me, obviously, so you get 2 kind of viewpoints within the same video about all these different shows. Last year we watched 32 shows because it was 2020, so we had a lot of time to watch TV. So I don't think there's 32 shows this year. I think it's probably more like 15 or 20, like a normal amount. But yeah, stay tuned for all those end of the year videos. I'm so excited that I met my goal. I'm probably going to drop it for 2022, maybe like 15 books or something like that, and then I'll probably still aim for 20 just so I meet it. But I just don't want to be stressed like this next year. A lot of stuff is going on during the holidays and New Year's and, you know, COVID stuff and all that I just don't want to stress myself out. So I think I'm going to do 15 books next year. But of course I will try to read my normal amount, and yeah. Yay me! I feel so satisfied. It's so funny when you hit your Goodreads goal because like it just doesn't matter really for anyone else. But it feels good. Thank you guys so much for watching, for keeping up with this little end of the year reading vlog. I'm just so happy. Like this video if you like these types of vlogs, if you like the Goodreads goals, just like in general, and of course subscribe if you haven't already if you feel like it. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!